Hey y'all, update here in Peru. Just left the 6 week medicine training yesterday in Iquitos now, going to Guatemala tomorrow. Going to be there for 8 days, then coming home for 3 weeks, then going to Bali and then Europe to visit intentional communities, more of them. This is just kind of about the medicine training, and I will post some pictures of myself there and just being here in Peru. We had two Shipibo maestros that were teaching us. Big, beautiful property right on the Amazon River, big cabins that we had, huts, big common space, just right there in the jungle. We had courses that were taught to us, not every day, but many days. So we got like sort of like lectures, and then we got to journey with the medicine many times, ayahuasca, some San Pedro's, 1 day of Toe, combo, learning to serve combo as well, dieting with many different plants. We dieted with chile sanango, ayuma, bobinsana. Those are the diets that I had. We learned to prep and give many different things, whether it was a steam bath, flower bath, vomitivo, which is where you drink either tobacco or lemongrass and then chug a bunch of water after, and it just like has you purge, which cleanses out the stomach and the body. Really learning about how to work with ayahuasca, and as far as like dosage and the waves that it comes in, and not having lunch before, and how to work with the medicine and ceremony, and just becoming a lot more comfortable with it. We were in the jungle, so the maestros would just like, if you had anything, if you had a rash, if you had a stomach ache, headache, a cut, they would just like take you right back into the jungle and like grab the medicine right there. And one time someone had gotten a cut, and they went to this tree, hit it with the machete, created the cut, and like this red liquid came out of the tree, and it was dragon's blood. You like rub it on your palm and create like a paste, and then you just put it on a cut, and it's actually really good for it. Some challenges were I felt like I had a lot of missing needs, as far as it was myself and my friend doing the training, and we had about 6 or 7 participants come while we were there. They come for like 1 to 2 weeks or so. And then there was the 2 maestros, a translator, and then lots of the staff there, but not many people spoke English, just the participants and the translator and my friend. So I was really missing having like lots of people and community to engage with, and there was lots of alone time, so that was kind of hard for me. And y'all know I'm such an extrovert and love being around lots of people. But the downtime was also good. I got to do lots of reading, and one of the biggest things I got from all this was there was like no distractions. We had Wi-Fi for like a few hours in the end of the day, so I was just like, I got to learn guitar. There was a guitar there, and now I can play like 20-30 songs now. I was just practicing like for hours every day, so that was nice with no distractions. It was kind of hard having the cultural and language barrier of the teachers and the people there. Felt like when things would come up, I like wasn't really able to talk to them. Even the translator, it was like they sometimes weren't really able to like grasp what I was saying, and then like things would just get like kind of lost in translation. One point, there was I felt like there was like this conflict between the maestro and this other person, like in ceremony, and then there was like this energy, like almost like a competitive feeling, and I like tried to acknowledge it, and it seemed like there was just like some conflict avoidance there, and I couldn't tell if it was either that or it was just like the cultural difference or the language barrier. So just some kind of frustrations there. Also, the ceremonies would end pretty early, they would only do ceremony for about like 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and like the medicine, just like my body can take a long time to process it. So a lot of times I was going back to my own space and just having to be in it alone, which was hard. I had many different insights into my own life, my psyche, my trauma, especially around like relationships, I mean, same thing that I've been dealing with for a long time, of like the core of my suffering and my trauma is like this feeling of like fear of death, fear of dying, and that like wanting to be accepted by the tribe. Otherwise, I feel like I get kicked out, and I die if I get kicked out of the tribe, if I'm not accepted, seen, valued, seen to have value. So just working with that, calling in safety, feeling, kind of working with like IFS and learning a lot more about that, watching many videos, and like how can I step back out of the emotion into like just being the awareness that sees it, and to like hold the emotion with compassion, and to like talk to it, and like and to acknowledge it, and to have appreciation for it. So wanting to just learn more about IFS and things like that. Yeah, relationships, learning a lot about like, yeah, jealousy, comparison, many insights kind of into that. And I saw that when I was talking to my friend, and we saw that from ages 0 to 5, I was the youngest child and kind of felt like the favorite, and that from 5 so on, I had my other younger siblings were born and came into my life, and I felt like they were the favorite. And so like now that translating into my life, and seeing like, if I feel like the favorite of like someone else, and I feel like they really like me, and then someone else comes into their vision, and I feel like that person is the new favorite, it kind of like sparks that it kind of triggers me from that past of I'm not the favorite anymore, and I'm less accepted, I'm less valued, I'm less loved, so I'm less safe because I could get kicked out of the tribe and die now. And again, like really like feeling that fear and being the awareness that feels it. Really wondering if there's a relationship between like DMT, ayahuasca, DMT, and dreams, because like on the medicine, my dreams from the night of or previous nights would come like right back to me, and I would be like right in the dream, and I could interpret them. So that was amazing. Feeling that just being in the intentional community before this, and then like coming here, realizing like my conflict resolution and my radical honesty and my mindful communication is just feeling like really strong, and seeing that you know, like here's this trigger that's happening in me, I'm feeling and like here's the story that I'm creating, and the judgment. Okay, I like, instead of why are you angry? I can be like, I am creating a story that you're angry. Is that true? And like, it's like seeing my own triggers as like mirrors, and when people are triggering me, it's a mirror, and it's my own trauma, and like what's going on in myself, and being able to go into that. Seeing that when like conflict does come up with people, that, you know, in the past maybe I was like, oh, let me like brush it off and not really go into it, because that can just be more difficult. But now seeing that like how necessary it is that I have talks with people about triggers and things that are going on, and that how much stronger relationships can be after, and still working with wise speech, and that like, how do I communicate these triggers and these things to people in a way that doesn't cause harm? Because sometimes, you know, you're triggering me, and I can tell you, and it, like people feel like really like attacked, and you know, maybe it's just like not the kindest thing to say, but I'm seeing like how necessary it is now. So I'm really like learning how can I communicate this in a wise and non-harmful way. So grateful for the guitar and learning all the songs there. Working with the 3 letters exercise my life coach gave me as far as conflict resolution again. And now feeling as I'm moving back, I'm going to be going back to Santa Cruz, back home for a few weeks pretty soon, feeling like my life is coming back to me, and like all the to-do lists and the planning, and like, oh, I got to do this while I'm there, and just like all the projects like coming back to me, and noticing that when I'm traveling, it's almost like I'm on retreat, where I feel like I feel my responsibilities and my get-to-do lists kind of, I'm not really able to do them because I'm traveling, I'm on retreat. So I know that I can have that feeling being back home. I kind of just create this feeling like I have to do these projects and these things. So I have this, I made stickers actually. I have them here on my laptop that says permission, of like giving myself permission to not have to do all the time and to do all these projects and tasks and things that I mainly create that I don't really have to do. So it's possible to live like I am on retreat, like I'm traveling back home, and that I can just let go and just be and just flow. So that's kind of my intention now, to be on technology less, make less plans. So we'll see how that goes. Love you all. I forget if I said, but after this I'll be going to Guatemala for 8 days, and then I'll be going to back home for 3 weeks, and then I'll be going to Bali and then Europe for visit intentional communities. Love you all so much. Miss ya.